show emotions, we just keep it down, down inside. Yeah, you and I, both longing for expression for the things we like, but we stay quiet. Just let go. Just let go. Just let go. Just let go. Just let yourself go.
We don't all have a nice mirrorless camera for our macro photography. Indeed, we don't all have a DSLR camera. Some people don't. But what we all have is one of these, a mobile phone. Or for you Americans over across the pond, a cell phone. This is the iPhone 12 Pro. Now I upgraded from my really budget Huawei phone to the iPhone 12 Pro, and it's been absolutely fabulous. This isn't about the iPhone 12 Pro though. I only want to cover the photography side of the phone, in particular the macro photography. So I want to know what this phone is like. Now if you remember previously, we took a look at the Apexel 12 to 24 times lens. It was an okay lens, but I had this massive ugly distortion around the edges. It just didn't look right, and for me I felt like it was the phone that was letting me down, not the actual lens. So we're going to take a look at this lens on the iPhone 12. And also, I've gone ahead and got me the 100mm Apexel lens as well, so we're going to give that a go as well on the iPhone 12 Pro. So if you want to know about the technical specs about this phone, I believe it's 12 megapixel image sensor, but you can go onto Apple to find out all of that stuff. I just want to look at the user experience of it. What's it like to use these lenses on the iPhone 12, and can we get decent pictures with it? So I'm going to set up a very simple setup here. We have a purple flower here that we're going to put a water drop onto. We're going to use the complementary colour to purple, which is green, as the background. So he's going to go in there. And like I said, very simple testing setup. We're just going to place a water drop onto the end of that flower. There we go. Very simple setup. Again, as with most of my videos, when it comes to trying something out for the first time, we're not actually trying to get a gallery worthy image. We just want to test out and see what it's like. So this is the straight out of camera using the iPhone app. That is as close as I can get with this phone. Let's get a bit closer by using some clip-on lenses. So let's take a look at the 12 times lens first. A little bit of a clean. Hasn't been out since I did that last video. Although it was a promising little piece of gear, I still think my phone was letting it down. Now for this, I've got the iPhone 12 Pro, okay, and it's all screen. I don't want to put that clip onto my actual screen, so I'm going to place it into this case here. And this is my daily driver case that I use. I always have a case that has a cover on it to protect the screen. But what it does have is along the edges, it's actually higher than the screen itself. So when I place this clip onto my phone, it's not actually touching the screen itself, it's actually onto the case, which is brilliant. We're going to come into the standard camera app for the iPhone. Okay, and I'm going to try and find out which lens, because there's 3 different cameras on here, so I need to find out which lens I need to use. So we're going to go to the 2 times lens, so we're focusing in a little bit more. And that's going to be that lens there. I'm going to place that over the top there, make sure it's lined up. And yeah, see, this is one problem that I found with the iPhone app, is it likes to switch cameras automatically depending on what it thinks you're doing. And so far, I've not been able to find a way of telling the phone to use a certain camera. So I don't like using the app that comes with the phone. There are other reasons why I don't like the actual app that comes with the mobile phone. But the main reason is it's just far too controlling, just like my wife. What I am going to use is the Lightroom app. So with the Lightroom app, we can access the phone directly and edit our images all at once. So inside of Lightroom, I'm going to click on the camera icon, and that's going to bring up the camera app in Lightroom. And I'm going to switch from auto to professional. In professional, I can now select which lens I want to use. So I'm going to go with the telephoto. Again, I can just now put on my lens. Okay, take a look at that. We can see that there now. Now, for this test, I'm literally just using the studio lights. I'm not going to add any extra lights to it. We're just going to place the lens on the camera and just take some pictures. So when it comes to the white balance, I want to go with, let's have a look, got a neutral surface, so I can white balance on my table because it is a white table, which is quite nice. The rest of it, I'm literally just going to leave it as it is and give it a go and see what it looks like. So let's focus now on our drop. Let's go to landscape. Let's see what we can get out of that. Alright, so we have some nice images there. Let's have a look at these. I think that one's an okay image. And the good news is, as I suspected, the distortion has gone from this lens. So that was obviously something to do with my Hawaii phone. So the other thing that we can do now is put on the 24 times lens. So let's give that a go. Obviously, because it's 24 times, which it's not 24 times. I don't know why they called it that for, but we need to get a lot closer to our water drop. As you can see, I'm actually touching the flare with the lens, so it's not the best idea. And again, everything is on auto apart from which lens am I choosing. So if you was to want to get into this type of photography, then obviously if you go full manual, selecting your shutter speed, your ISO and such, you'll get better results than what I am getting. Brilliant, that's good news. That means we have an option to take a lens to do macro on our phone out in the field. For me personally, I think I'll probably just take the 12 times lens. Well, let's take a look at this new one that we have. Let's take a look at this 100mm macro lens. Now, it's exactly the same. Again, it's a clip-on lens, so it literally just clips onto your camera. But this one is a 100mm, which means it won't have as much magnification as the 12-24, but it will have more working distance. And as we know, if we want to work with insects, working distance is very, very important. The only thing I don't like about these clip-on lenses is the fact they have to clip on. You can get around that by having the moment macro lens. I don't have that at the moment. I was going to order it, but at the time of doing this recording, the moment iPhone 12 Pro cases are not available, so therefore I'd just have to clip it on like this. So that is something I am going to visit in the future. But until Moment bring out their cases for the iPhone 12 Pro, I won't be able to do that one yet. I'm having trouble clipping this one on. There we go. Again, that's something that the Moment one would eliminate, the fact that you just literally screw it straight onto your case. So we're going back into Lightroom now, and we're going to photograph the same drop again, but this time this one is the 100mm lens. So you can see there, instantly we have less magnification, but look at the working distance we have. Much more working distance. Okay, let's go to a landscape view. And like in the landscape view, for instance, last time when we was using the 24 times lens, we were hitting the flare, and this one we're not. So I think this 100mm lens is better for insects than the 12mm lens. However, if you want to get closer, you've got to use the 12-24. Again, the 24 probably won't bother with that. I'll probably just stick to the 12. But these lenses are great. They're small and they're versatile. You can just slip them into your pocket. On the 100mm though, I'm a little bit disappointed with the length of this clip here. It barely clips onto my iPhone. I would have liked it to have been a little bit longer, so therefore it's a better grip. So that is the 100mm lens from Apexel. Again, some fantastic options. Everybody has one of these in their pocket. A mobile phone or a cell phone of some kind. You could even buy a separate mobile phone just for doing the photography. So in that case, you want to go with a higher megapixel one. So if you want to get into macro photography, you can just get yourself one of these. This one, the 100mm, only cost me £35 off Amazon. There are links in the description to both of these lenses if you want to take a look at them. So it works great on flowers, water drops. What's it like on live subjects? In the next video, I'm going to attempt to photograph one of my jumping spiders using the 100mm Apexel lens, so look out for that. But for now, my name's Stewart Wood, and again, as always, I'll see you on the next video. I'm just going to download the apps because I forgot to download the apps. Jesus, will you stop notifying me of stuff? Camera. But what we all have is one of these. One grey wrench, Stu. What's it like, and can we get decent fit? I have a purple flower, so we're going to use the... no, start again. I'm going to set up a very simple... Okay, so let's take a look at the